In this video, we will cover another way to calculate royalty payouts. In the last example, or the last video, this is what we use. So we click here and it tells you what the payout is. Let's see if we can create a better calculator. So the goal of this calculator is to ask for the value of streams or the number of streams, and then it will output the streams. Let's get started. It will look slightly similar to the following previous example. First, we have variables. Let's not delete the variables. Or actually, let's delete the variables. Let's delete everything. Okay, so we have these variables. And that's how you delete variables. You just right click on the name of the variable or the variable block. So we need an event that says when clicked. Now remember, the equation essentially is royalty rate times number of music streams. So we're going to use the sensing blocks, and we'll use, instead of asking what is your name and using the answer, which is right here, this little pill shape which says answer, we will change the question to how many music streams occurred. All right, so we have, and I'm not going to hit stop because it'll just hang there if we don't do anything with it. So it's going to ask, and as you can see right here, you insert the answer. So you just put a number, but if you hit enter, nothing happens because we haven't used a special variable called answer, essentially a variable dedicated to the ask and wait block. So next, let's do something with it. We need an operator, and we need multiplication, the multiplication block. So notice I went to operators. Now I'm going back to sensing, which is right above it, and we're going to insert answer. And we're going to multiply it by the rate. Now there are a few ways to do this. Like, since in this example we'll keep it a little bit short, so we'll just insert 0.0025. Or you could just insert a variable if you like. Now we need to say the answer. Well, before we do that, let's clean up, because if we just say that answer times 0.0025, let's see what happens. How many music streams occurred? And it's waiting until you put an answer in, or until you insert a value, a data value. So I'm going to say 400, and then you just hit enter or hit the check mark. The answer is 1, but that is very vague. So just like in the previous example, we used the join operator. So in this example, we're going to actually take answer and put it here. And then right here with Apple, we're going to use the $sign. Next, we need another join to explain what's going on. So we grab join, and we're going to add a space. And then we're going to say, is the royalty payout? Next, these two do not connect to each other by themselves, so we need one more join to connect them. So you're going to connect this join to this join. So, I have join is equal to 0. That's supposed to be a space. So you just double click to see if you have a space. It should just be a little blue vertical bar. And then now if we connect join $sign answer join to a space plus is the royalty payout, will we get the right answer? How many streams occurred? So I'm going to type 55555. So let's see what happens when we hit enter. And now we get 55555 is the royalty payout. So that's incorrect. So we'll change seconds to 7. And as you can see, we left out this part. So how many music answer equals to the number of music streams, which was 55555. So you multiply that number times 0.0025 and you insert it right there. Now it's a lot going on, but this is a more efficient way to do it. The other way was fine, but this way you can constantly input a different number for the music streams. That's assuming this number right here doesn't change. But you could just insert a variable right there. But the point of this exercise is just to show a little bit more efficient way to do or to create a streaming calculator. So let's try another number. Let's try a number we've used before. 400. $1 is the payout, and that sounds about right. So let's try another example. 4, and we know that's a penny, So 4 music streams equal a penny. Oh wait. If then you hit enter, it says 0 because I rushed. I didn't stop the program. So let's click on the green flag again. How many music streams occurred? So we'll put 4. And then we'll click the check mark. And it says 1 penny is the royalty payout. And let's try it with our other big number, 800 million. Oh wait, I typed it too fast. And let's see what happens. It should be 2 million. And that's 2 million. Let me look at it one more time. And you have 6 zeros, and that's 2 million. So this is another way to do or to create a music streaming calculator. So notice we use the $, and we didn't have to separate it. But between the $, you have a penny space is the royalty payout. So that's why you have this blank space here. Well, that concludes this video on creating a music streaming calculator in Scratch. And in the last video for this series on Scratch, we will use functions, or as they call it, my blocks. So my blocks are just instructions that you encapsulate and are able to reuse. But we'll get into that in the next video.